there are stages in time in your life. Embarrassment is given. It will happen.
Yes.
How you manage it, how you take it is very important.
True. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Wisdom Connect, the platform where we discuss about real life issues, always taking back to our guiding principle. On this platform, we're very intentional of becoming the best version of ourselves. So join us because it's a lifelong journey. Do you have any particular person that you met somewhere, whether they met you or you met them, that has turned to a lifelong connection?
Of course.
I think there are a lot of people.
Yeah, lots of people.
But like you guys are on this journey, like, and you probably don't think you're going to break it anytime soon. Like,
Yeah.
it's just been from maybe met by chance, maybe it's in the place,
Of course, yes. You know, so many people, not just one person.
Right.
In life, like you say, at the end of the day, you cannot do it alone. So,
Sure.
you meet people and some of them become family even.
Yeah.
That's the word, really. They become family. I remember the guy, my logo, where I met Victor. We're working in the same office space. You know how you have office spaces, shared spaces, and there are different companies. And how did I meet Victor? So his boss at that time, I didn't like him. It was just mean, unnecessarily. And me and my wala, I went to meet Victor. I'll be encouraging him. I'll be telling him what to do. And my company at that time, we needed someone to do some graphics and all for us. And so there's someone in the office I could use. Because I was working for people that were not in the country, but they left their company in my hand. So I used him. He was doing our graphics for us, and it was good. We loved him. When I had the idea for Wisdom Connect, I called him. I said, Victor, blah, 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 blah. This is what I'm thinking. Blah, blah, blah. So if you look at that logo, really, those two dots up there is showing people. It's like Wisdom Connect.
Yeah.
So he drafted it. What do you think? I'm like, okay, And that was how we did that. And then from there, he's in charge of our website. Like, it was just... And he didn't stay in that company for so long time. He left me there. But it was a connection that I made. And I used to tell, this journey, we're in it for a very long time. So we'll fight. We'll finish fighting. We'll come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like he said, like Riyah would say, I'll give it back to her. Value.
Yeah.
Right? I knew what he had to offer. And we both know what we offer, what we gain from each other. And we're like, you know what? This journey, we're here for a long time. So when Abraham turned, I want to fight, I say, Abraham, we're here for a very long time. Why? Because you see that this person has value and you know what they can do. So when I think about it, I'm like, really. And something that Edward said, which I like, is that sometimes the connection you're getting is not for you. It's not for that moment. It could just be for someone else in the future. Really. So that's where that question came out from, where maybe there's a connection you met that you didn't think about, but then now it's like a lifelong journey, and you guys are doing life together and all of that. But that's it. So what do you think? What would you say is your most valuable relationship right now? Out of the plenty relationship you've gotten from networking, what would you say is your most valuable relationship right now that you got through networking?
A lot of relationships. For me,
you don't have to tell us the person, but like the scenario, or what makes it valuable, really.
Through networking, I think most of the great, people that I have that are still with me, I don't think it was through networking. I think they saw me and they like what I. So
they
done.
Network you. It's
like
networking.
I think,
it was behind.
I think basically it's not big. The people I've met from networking, it's either I'm going to interview somebody, I do it well, and then we get to start talking all that. But I don't think I've met anybody like that.
Interesting. So, but is there anyone you've gone to network with, like you've gone to meet, get a contact, and that person is still valuable to you, and why does that person stand out?
Yeah, I think my case was my first mentor. He was, funny enough, he was the MD at my firm at the time.
Right.
And, I just saw him and he reminded me of someone very dear to me. And because he liked the fact that I was a rare breed, in quotes, at the time, it was easier, and he enjoyed fashion a lot. So it was easier for me to connect with him.
Right.
And up until, I think, today, he's one person that I still run back to. Okay, so this is where I am. And all of that. So I think there are connections like that. I'll give a clear example. I think we started off something in Sweden a few years ago. But and that person is also my partner at the agency. But when she brought the idea of what she wanted to do in Sweden, at the time I was not ready mentally.
Right.
So I shoved it off. But when I was ready, she was not ready. And so I had to hold her. And I said, and then we were ready at the point, similar to what you said about the girl. I said, okay, you know what, this is where you're going to, and this is what you have to achieve now.
Right.
And this is what you need to make it happen, and we are making it happen. Even few days to the first, the inaugural event, it was like, okay, she's like, how am I going to do this? You are going to do it too, because we're already in the middle of the ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
You need those kind of people in your life that will charge you.
Yeah.
But if she had left the relationship from the part where she first shared the idea,
And you said you're not
and
ready.
I said, I'm not there yet mentally. I wasn't there mentally, but when I was, then it was go time.
Right.
And we've been able to do it, how do they call the grammar?
Consistently.
Thank you. Yeah, we were able to do it back to back, and it's been great. My point is that vision, that part of her life wouldn't have come to life if she had left me and left the idea with me.
True.
When I wasn't ready for it.
True.
So that's the power of the network as well. And then when it was go time, the energy was needed.
Wow, interesting. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, series of people at different levels, some of them are friends. We started off, I could remember a particular guy who started off as coppers. I knew him as from my NYC days. Until date, most business idea will rub off
Together.
Can we do this?
Right.
There were times ideas comes to me, but I need an Aaron to let's go.
Yeah.
And this guy has always been very close by, and we've achieved a number of things together. Career-wise too, I have an individual. She's a she, and we've been together for a while. Many times, the moment I see her do something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and do that too.
Right.
So there are certain individuals like that. Even if we don't get to see ourselves often, there are just things in their life that you like so much.
Yeah, you want to replicate as well.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When he said NYC, I just remember one of my very good friends, like one of my best friends, really. I met her by chance. Really, it was before NYC. We're registering for NYC, and then I went to the center for registration. I remember I was interning there then, somewhere around Alausa. So I went to this place to register for NYC, and then for some very funny reasons their webcam wasn't working. So it was my techno phone then that was able to capture me, and then they used this girl speaking Fune. What was this Fune? Speaking girl. If she watches this, she'll be like Rosemary. But so I went to her and I'm like, I just liked her, and someone that. So, but she came with someone, and then I was there with her. Then they used us. Okay, I'll wait for you. They used my phone, took a picture of her, and then she was able to register. Fortunately for both of us, we were both posted to Abuja. I wanted Abuja. I didn't want Lagos. She wanted Lagos. She didn't want Abuja. Fortunately for us, both of us were posted to Abuja. Today, like when Riyah said they become family, that really stood out for me, because today, Mide, I'll call her name, Mide is family to me. I've met her parent, I've met her sister, she's met some of my siblings as well. And this kind of connection, people that you need to cry on sometimes, people that are there for you, people that are like, it was by chance. Like there were 1,000 more people that were at that center, but but she stood out for me. I just walked up to her. When we were even in camp, people thought we went to school together. But when she's speaking for them, I'm not speaking for them. That it's not the same school. It's not the same school, but that's someone I know that really is, that's kind of networking.
Talking about NYC, I think you said something. It's really shocking. My first employer was my bunkmate.
Whoa, interesting.
There's Lapo baby.
A Nepo baby. so he's a Nepo baby.
I didn't see it. But where the Lapo baby was. I was just down. But I say this to say, today he's the godfather of my first son.
Nice.
That relationship.
Right.
And he has established West Africa's biggest safety boots factory. No promotion here. It's there.
Whoa.
And it was beautiful for me to see it grow, to a certain level. And up to date, we still have conversations. We don't work together, but that relationship is there.
So there.
I say this to say networking.
Right.
We talked about school. We talked about NYSC.
Right.
And how you've met individuals.
Yeah.
The beauty of this is some of those passions that you identified even in school are they are waiting to mature.
Exactly, that's the word.
And we are at the phase and the stage where our peers are holding strong and strategic positions.
True.
And they would only value you if they knew you right from.
True.
Do you get what I'm trying
to
say?
Just to say what you're saying. When I reached out to you, say I wanted you to be on this podcast. If I didn't know too much, I'm sure he'll be like Rose, because he had a session this morning. He finished it at past 1, and then he's here at this time. It's like if there was no relation from school, not like because even after school, not like we're talking all the time. But you know how you just follow each other on Instagram, just like your picture here and there. Then I think I saw him at a session when I went to the CEO. You know, so but really, networking. Who would have thought then? I'm not joking. To make in school, it was ladies' man.
Why is she doing this?
You know that kind of guy where you don't want to go and you just say everybody's following to me, everybody's following to me. So I should behave myself. He wasn't in my department, but because of how good he was, we see when he sing, everybody's jumping, you know. But I didn't even have his number until recently. That was how, you know. But I like what you're saying. The relationship from school. Oh, I know this person from my school, and you know that really worked. I like that. I know you like our content. We love it too, and we love you. But please, I tell you, we can't do anything without your subscription. So please, I beg you, click on the subscription button now, like and comment. Also put in your notification bell so every time we drop a video, you get to be the first to see it. What do you think? And thank you so much. Help us grow. Okay, bye. All right, guys. So let's continue this conversation. I really like the way it's going. I think it's helping me reflect and think back, you know, of life and also just not taking life for granted because like we said, really it keeps unfolding one day at a time. It's unfolding. You're getting to know what you want to do, you know, and how you want to play it out one day at a time, really. So I like what we're saying, but I'm just still thinking, guys, we're talking about the good part. Are you saying that there's no time that you try to network and it went south? Like, I think you gave us one example of...
I can never forget that.
like it went south. It was like, or maybe you network in a bad way. Maybe you say, or you know what, you said, I think it was you that said something about always calling someone to get something. And then all of a sudden, you're not picking your call again. You thought that... I thought you liked what I was saying. I thought we were on the same page. Like, is there any... Do you have any experience where you tried networking? Maybe you didn't... I keep saying that's what we're talking about, but maybe you try contacting someone or you're trying to have a conversation, trying to have a relationship, but maybe you did something or said something and then you just went like this. And to tomorrow, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think I've shared a couple of things. But as you were speaking now, I remembered this value thing we're speaking about. This thing is so important.
Right.
There were certain individuals at certain points in my life when I give them a call. They don't have my time. When I post any content, they don't have my time.
Right.
Quite recently, I'm receiving calls. I'm saying, oh, Edward, I saw that stuff you were speaking about. I saw this. The truth is this, or the fact is this for me, that there are stages in time in your life. Embarrassment is given. Yes, it will happen. Yes.
Right.
It will happen. How you manage it, how you take it is very important.
True.
You shared earlier, you know, an instance when he was having a conversation with someone. It has happened to me, but my own was in Lagos.
Right.
You know, I was having a conversation. A senior person came into the room, and then almost instantly, I felt dragged on the floor. The person just turned, and they were having a conversation. I was standing there, like blank.
I can't even imagine.
You know what I quickly did? I looked, scanned the room. Who is the next person I can quickly because if you try to interrupt them, it will look awkward. So, you know, how you manage that situation at that time is, you know, very important. Embarrassment will come.
And they always have that look.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
When, you know that look like
who's this?
Yeah, so it will definitely happen. Right. You know, it's one of the growth process that every human being will go through.
Right.
You will come to Riyah, and Riyah will ask you, what's your value?
You know? Interesting, really. I just remember the scenario where, you know, when Riyah says value, to be honest, that word value, I feel like it's such a big thing. Yes. But if we sit down, we can break it down. Yes. Like, it's such an amazing word. But I remember one time I went out with my boss. And then there's this guy, Hausa guy. He was talking about something. I can't remember right now what he was talking about. But responded to him in Hausa. So, I could speak Hausa.
Yeah.
Good, right? Good scenario to network.
Good.
We started talking.
Come on, girl.
And then, fortunately for me, we now met at dinner because the event was like a conference, and then there was a dinner afterwards. So because I was with my boss now, I sat down with the big people.
Yeah.
We all sat down when we were having buffet. And then I was close to the guy. I said, Rosemary, make an opportunity to get business. To say thinking about our business, how we can, you can come and advertise with us, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, really? And I was speaking Hausa. So he liked it. No, before then, let's take it back. He had said he had money with him. He had some dollars with him. That, do I want some? Thank you, sir. Nice guy. Okay. I did not collect money. So fast forward back to when we're now having dinner. Then I was now speaking to him how we can come. He was like, okay, that's fine. That I should come. No, first of all, he now said I should come back this evening because he was lodged at that hotel. But because it was done in Lagos, we didn't lodge. We were going back home and coming. So I was like, oh no, that had something to do. I intentionally was running away because when these men start to call your name, you just have to run away. So then I said, okay, I was going to come and see him in his office. And I said, okay, no problem. I kept calling this man. That's okay, I should come this day. Next time, I said, am I coming alone? And I said, no, I'm not coming alone. No, blah, 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 blah. If only I knew. I would have not told him I'm not coming alone, but I would show up with whoever I was going with. And then that was it, though. This man did not pick up my call again. Because he obviously said that I was not going to give in to whatever he was trying to do. And for me, I kind of felt really bad because every time my boss was like, oh, yes, let's go. That's going to be a good business and all of that. And that's how that business I went to. He paid me. Because I felt like if I knew better, if I was wiser, I would have handled it differently. I knew what he wanted, yes. However, there are ways to handle it that I would still get what I want and not still give him anything. Because eventually I'm giving him value, what he would gain from advertising with me or advertising with my company. If he understood what he was going to gain, if I gave him the data, like, number of people that watch our station, number of people that will see what you're doing, the kind of business that will bring back for you. If I had given him that kind of value, I don't think that
of course,
that scenario would have happened. So I said this value thing we're talking about is really, really, really important.
I also think it's nuanced actually, because that scenario, that's context you painted. It's a cultural, and it's a lot of young girls actually
go through that.
It's a very sensitive conversation, and it would be great to know. I know I'm not doing the question in here,
no, but go ahead.
But to know how you've been able to manage that to guide, because sometimes it's beyond the numbers. Sometimes it's beyond the skill sets. That is where networking comes to play. There are cultural nuances that the girl child has to go through, right? And how have you guys been able to navigate that conversation, leveraging your network?
So for me, like I said, really, what am I going to offer you, right? I understand what I want to offer you. I'll tell you for a fact, I can't remember the person now, but I remember someone that wanted that, quote and unquote. But when I explained some other things what I wanted, I presented the project to him, like, oh, this is what I wanted to achieve, blah, 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 blah. And the person did it with me. He still wanted that, but he understood that this thing will favor me. I will make money here, right? And because of that, even though he still wanted that, but he was able to succumb to this while still looking for that. But this was more important at that time. So going back to what you're saying about value, really, but the truth is, let's not even sugarcoat it. These things are there, right? Some of them you just have to ignore. Some of them you have to leave that business. The business is not worth it. I'm sorry, that is me personally. I'll say to myself, that's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what is more important right now? Is it this business or this? There are people, I know of people, okay, I'll give you one funny one. My boss and I again went somewhere. And then this guy's politicians, God will help us in Jesus' name, say amen. And then this huge man, see how tiny I am?
That description was so Goliath in nature.
No jokes. We're in this particular meeting, in this office. And then he just came. Okay, Kizonan. My voice is calm. Okay, Kizonan. Like, so what you said it in Hausa, but he was saying, you come here. I looked him, man. First of all, I would have not answered you. Like, I know I'm in your office, even though it's not you we came to see. But the way he said, okay, Kizonan. When me too, I carried myself. You know, when I greeted him and all. I didn't know how he knew I understand Hausa. I can't even. But he just called me and I went. The next thing, why are you working here? I told him, this is not a place for you to work. You should work somewhere else. Blah, blah, blah. Long story cut short. We're doing business with them. The next thing, Oga, of course, collected my number. Called me after work. I should not call him his name. I should not call him the name I was calling him. Give me another name to call him. I say, hey, well, I don't enter this. And we had business to do. I mean, as a company. The next thing, telling me where he will be in Lagos when he comes to Lagos. When he comes to Lagos, that, hey, I say, God, how would I handle this situation? That my company will not lose business. You know what I mean? Because I have speed 1 to liaise with these people. I remember talking to my boss about it. She kind of encouraged me and told me 1 or 2 things to do. But thank goodness that man left it, because he knew that it was beyond me. It wasn't just, I know that if it was him, I needed to achieve that business. It would have been hard.
The condition
would have been hard. Because this guy went ahead, called me names. Do you know what funny thing he said? I can say this out. When he gave me a name to call him, I wasn't calling him that. I was still calling him Sir or whatever I was calling him. He said, if you call me that one more time, I will kiss you. That day, I said, yeah. Like an old man. Huge. And I was like, my God. But yeah, this is it. He wasn't able to achieve his aim because, there was value and it was a bigger picture. It wasn't him directly. If it was him directly, I tell you honestly, I'd have left that business. It's not worth it. Because that kind of a person, I remember saying to my boss that this kind of person will frustrate your effort if you're working in this organization. That's the truth. Because we have a lot of them. Let's not go into that conversation. But it's nice to hear from you, because I know that you have a lot of this kind of people. So, like, how do you handle them, really?
Well, you just have to keep it going at the end of the day, just know your values and the things you cannot bend to, and make sure that you're doing the right thing, within yourself. Anything that goes by is not supposed to be yours. If it was supposed to be yours, it will be for you. So, I'm not of the school of thought that, you need to compromise yourself to get something. Nah. Your values should speak for you.
I agree.
I'm not a lady, so I can't... I don't really know how it goes on, but I've seen situations where I've seen a lady, I was in a gathering of men, so they believe, a couple of things can go through because there were fine ladies around. So they were speaking to this particular lady. That lady that day earned my respect, because the way she turned the man down, respectfully, she did not make him feel bad. But it was obvious to everybody that I'm not this kind of person. I am here for business. The business went through. And majority of us that were seated down there respected the lady for who she is. I am sure it will be hard. If anybody is going to have the lady eventually, maybe as a wife or something, because it was obvious that this one will not compromise on certain values. Some things are important to that person. There was a season in time when we see, there was an idea that when you see a lady doing very well in a business or a craft,
you mean that there's someone...
Exactly, there is one man, or she had gone...
It's not in the day. It's still there.
It's still, So,
you know what I mean? People still think that way.
It helps for somebody like me who had worked with certain ladies. And I've seen that to a very sizable number, to a large extent, the time I've spent with them, I've not seen them. I don't know what they do later, but most of the time, you don't see them, do all these kind of things. So there are ladies who occupy, just putting it out there, there are ladies who are genuinely working. And it's their work that is taking them to whatever level they are.
Oh my days! I know you love the conversation. I did as well. The rich guests that we had today, all they said, all the wisdom nugget dropping here and there. My goodness, it's such an honor to have such people join us on such conversations. And I know that you love the conversation. I know that you're also learning as much as we were learning in the studio. So if you haven't subscribed, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, because we need your subscription, we need your likes, we need your views, and we still need your comments. So tell us what you think. Write in the comment section. Tell us what you think about the conversation, and also tell us the kind of topics you want us to talk about. We'll just be listening to you. You never know. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for always tuning in every time we have a conversation. So see you soon, and God bless. Bye.